Hello everyone, I'm Nick, and today I'm doing a channel update because, well, I haven't done anything in a while. So I felt like, I needed to update you guys on what's been going on because there has been a lot going on. And if you haven't noticed, this room I'm in, it's not the room I'm usually in because, in fact, it is an entirely new room. So basically, me and my parents we built this entirely new room here in my house, so I can have my place here and so I can make my own stuff. And the idea is not to have just a bedroom, but also kind of a studio. I will get to that in a little bit. It was hard to make content when I had my brother in my room, so it was a bit hard to like record and do stuff like this with people in the house. But now that I have my place here, well, it's still the same house, but it's a bit more separated from everyone else. So now I have a bit more freedom to work on my stuff. Now the second thing I want to talk about is that, well, maybe you already noticed, but if I talk a little bit louder, you can see how echoey this place sounds. Like it sounds way too fucking echoey because the walls are very high up and it's still pretty empty. So I gotta treat this, man. And what I want to do is, put some foams on the walls and get some acoustic treatment. And I wanna show this. I wanna kind of document this process on the channel. And speaking of documenting this process, I wanna do like a really big upgrade on my gear. Get some more. Like there's a bunch of stuff that I want to buy, not only related to video editing and making content, but related to music as well. I really want to step up my production game here, since now I have my own room and this is gonna be like my little studio, and I want this shit to be like as good as it can be. So over time, I'm gonna be working my ass off and racking up some money so I can buy some more gear and really get my setup going. I buy a new microphone, when I buy acoustic foam, that's also part of it. Buy some new instruments. I really want to get a drum kit. I will be upgrading and getting more stuff, and I want to show this stuff on the channel as well. Maybe do some comparisons between some of the old gear that I had, some of the new gear, and because I think it's like I really wanted to do some comparisons that I can't find on the internet of certain pieces of equipment that I want to buy, but I don't know, like, is it that good, or is it worth it? Is it worth your money? So I think it would be interesting if I to make videos about comparing certain types of gear, especially related to music. There's a lot of music stuff, like music related gear, guitar stuff that I don't see people making videos, or it's a bit hard to find. Kind of making a review, sort of. And also, I plan on making this stuff in Portuguese as well for people who are watching this that are Brazilian, Portugal, whatever, speak Portuguese, because also that kind of gives a broader audience. I just make like the same video, but one English, one Portuguese, to kind of have more a broader audience and show this stuff to my fellow Brazilians that are wanting to record at home and get some cheap gear, because it's hard to get gear here because everything's so expensive. So I think it's good to make videos about this kind of stuff, showcasing gear, talking if it's worth it or not. So yeah, that's the gear part. Speaking of music, I have some music projects that I'm working on, and there's quite a few that I'm working on. It's like some music, some is just like a song, like an EP, some are albums. I will be also remaking some of my old stuff, because like if you go back, it's just not, it just doesn't sound good, compared to my current standards. I really wanna step up my music game, and I think reworking some of that old stuff to keep it like at my current standard is part of it. So I'll be remaking a lot of stuff. There's some new stuff that I want to make, but some things have higher priorities than others, and this stuff just takes time. Making an album takes time, especially with the short time that I have, because of work and all that stuff. Stay tuned for that. And last thing I want to talk about is now that I have this place that I can be a little bit more at peace, I was thinking of doing some streaming. I tried doing streaming like here and there in the past, but it was really complicated because of my space, the space that I had to record and make streams. So now that I have this place, I can do some streaming more reliably and more consistently, I guess. So also stay tuned for that. I still gotta figure out like what games I want to stream and etc. But it will be coming in the future for sure. It's just a thing I have in mind. But yeah, this is what's going on. This is what I've been doing in this past like few months or so that I haven't posted anything. So yeah, I'll see you around.